We have spent the last 5 years traveling the country and even the world, and after thousands of miles, hundreds of thousands of photos, we finally turned it into a beautiful book, Hotel Kitsch.
Please clap.
Hi, I'm Margaret.
I'm Corey.
And this is
A Pretty Cool Hotel Tour book.
Because we've been working on this for the last year and we were supposed to keep it a secret, we wanted to make an episode specifically about the making of Hotel Kitsch. It's official. We've signed the contracts. We are making a pretty cool hotel tour book. In 2021, we got an email from someone at Artisan named Zach.
Sounds like you said snack, which I mean is also accurate.
And Zach turned out to be everything we'd ever hoped and dreamed of. Already loved what we were doing, so this was really like the perfect match. We put together the book pitch in 2022, and luckily Artisan loved it, and we signed a deal. I know that sounds like it was quick. It was several months of back and forth. So the next step was to meet our editor, Bridget, who is absolutely brilliant. She truly elevated just everything that the project was.
It's funny, this was like a very educational experience.
Tell me about it. We narrowed down our favorite hotels. It's a little overwhelming. Our editor told us, you know, just like do a first round of select. Don't spend like 80 hours on it. So I'm gonna spend 79.5 hours on it.
I'd expect nothing less.
So we spent a few more weeks figuring out how do they best fit together. Is it going to be chapters about style? So America's sexiest rooms. Is another chapter gonna be handcrafted beds? Is another chapter gonna be quirkiest theme hotels? You know, like we spent a lot of time just playing with the placement and the photos and figuring out what works. And the best way to lay it out was really a road trip. So once we had how the book was gonna flow, we started to put it into an actual map. And once we did that, we felt like there were a couple of regions in the country that weren't represented and ended up planning a several month-long road trip. We went to the Pacific Northwest, as well as going down to Texas, and then also the Roxbury in New York. We found another vintage theme hotel in Mississippi. Also, the Trixie Motel. Plus, we actually went back to lots of the hotels to shoot new photos because I really just wanted the best of the best in the book. It just felt like it really rounded out the entire project of what we've been doing so far. It was a long road trip.
I mean, living out of a suitcase is always hard. To be doing that when trying to also shoot additional social media material, it was a crazy undertaking. We did not stop moving until we worked on the writing and the photo editing.
It was so interesting for me to kind of have to go through that process again of like writing something in a more academic way than to have a few people read it and approve of it and change it, and like that was really scary for me. The entire time, our editor, Bridget, was so helpful in helping me figure out like how to best tell the stories. So, the writing almost killed us. Just kidding, but seriously.
The research process was pretty fun to like dig into old newspaper archives and magazine archives and to find old photos and names. It was also such a challenge to narrow down the images because some of these hotels have 10 to 20 rooms that we want to show off, and instead we have to get down to like 12 pictures of entire locations.
Well, it is now March 27th. I feel like since the day we signed the book deal, we've been working on it pretty nonstop, and it's been a whirlwind. I think our family and friends, what's left of them, have started to wonder if they'll ever see us again. But I think it's coming together. This is the first printed proofs, just to start seeing what it's gonna look like size-wise. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty cool. The designer we worked with is named Nina, and I loved the way that she told a story with the design and layout. It felt so good. Really, the rest was just kind of final touches, doing captions. The cover and everything was all done by the first week of May. And holy crap, it was intense. Something very exciting just arrived.
Gosh.
It's a whole event. Wow. Oh my gosh. Ugh. In all her glory. We did it! It's perfect. Maybe I can sleep now. Hotel Kitsch is a pretty cool tour of America's fantasy getaways, and I feel like that's a pretty perfect description. All in all, it just guides you through some of our favorite places we've found and the stories behind them.
Thanks for following along. It's because people have been paying attention to what we've been doing that has made creating something like this possible. So thanks for being there during this weird journey.
Hotel Kitsch. Pre-order now.